All we can do now is pray.
Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our
trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation.
I think the trick of reimagining iconic movies like Halloween or The Exorcist is taking some stuff from the original movie and then inventing new things.
Catherine.
I look at it as a franchise where you can explore, you can ask questions.
I want my mother and I want her right now!
The true roller coaster of this production is being able to find joy in darkness, find the community in loneliness. I'm looking to put my fingerprints in this material, in this world with these characters. In my initial research of this film and the narrative we were sculpting, I found cases of up to 5 people that were dealing with possession from an entity. For me, that was exciting. Let's explore a synchronized possession. If we can funnel a few of these voices into a narrative with 2 girls, we can take on some of those complications and conflicts, but we can do it in a manageable way for a 2-hour movie.
Action.
To me, this franchise is about childhood, parenthood, and journeys in the uncertain.
I feel like I won a fan contest. I'm one of the biggest Exorcist fans that you will meet. When I heard that David was making this movie, I sent my agent an email, like, just so you know, this is a dream project. FYI, just do with that what you will. And 7 or 8 months later, I got a call to join David on this adventure.
Leslie wrote a letter, I guess when he first heard that we were cooking up an Exorcist movie.
Hey!
And that was exciting, because I'm a fan of his. When I talked to him about it, we just hit it off and said, let's just dive into this and see what happens.
It's pretty convincing.
Right?
What's this made of?
It's an edible ink. It's food coloring.
I've grown up with a fascination of religions of all sorts. And this was an opportunity to take a lot of different perspectives of possession and explore it through a variety of characters and their perspective of religion.
Exorcism is a ritual. Every culture, every religion, they all use different methods.
The evolution of this project began with some of my inspiration from Ellen and the original Exorcist. Then I started anchoring my drama of the synchronized possession, the story of new parents, and thought, what is Chris McNeil doing? How did this affect her? Would Ellen Burstyn even take my phone call?
Playing a character that I created 50 years ago, who has she become? What are the experiences that happened to her those 50 years? And how does that affect the person she is now? And that started to interest me creatively. And I realized that we are, in any moment of time, the sum total of everything that's happened to us and how it's become part of our character. She knows who I am. And I thought that was an interesting, creative challenge to explore. Where's the other girl?
I just remember when I first saw The Exorcist being so shaken by Ellen's work because it's disarming in its humanity and its honesty.
Having Ellen in the movie is really an amazing way to connect this movie to the first movie, which I think is very satisfying.
We knew how incredible of an actress she was and what she could bring to this and to the rest of the cast.
Oh, thank God.
We're following Chris McNeil on her return to the stage of exorcism.
It's just natural to me. I feel at home on a set.
Thank you very much.
What was most striking to me was how present she is. When she drops into the scene, there's stillness, and that's a beautiful thing. I was very struck by it.
She grounded and blessed me as a scene partner. She gave me this huge hug, and then we dug right in. What do you think?
I think we're ready. Following in the footsteps of Linda Blair is an extraordinary quest. I wanted it to be a relative discovery, and then I met Lydia and Olivia.
Those 2 young girls, their work is extraordinary. Very, very talented.
You can tell that they've developed a friendship. You can tell that they've worked really hard on what they're doing together. And what's better than 1 possessed girl, but 2? It's insanity.
In 34 years I've been in this business, I don't think I've ever seen a performance as good from an adult than from these two girls, and I'm 100% serious about that.
My mom, she was always so supportive of me doing this, but she was like, I don't want to play around with demons and the devil, so just to be safe, let's go get you a blessing. I'd rather be safe than sorry.
I gave my dog a lot of hugs. That's what I did. I spent so much time with her and my sister and getting that feeling with my family, and then when I came here, I just tried to be like as bubbly as possible and as happy as possible, I think, because I knew just like subconsciously what was coming.
What was that? Oh, look at that. Look at these goosebumps.
We've met before.
Are you looking for Reagan? Ellen Burstyn, she's working with a 12-year-old who's never acted, who's in 2.5 hours of prosthetic makeup. It was tricky in a lot of ways to navigate both the difference in experience and skill sets and age and energy and try to find a common ground where we could all find characters that we believed in, let them feel authentic. Go with your intuition here. Feel the pain.
David really allows me to discover who Catherine is and who Demon Catherine is. Like, these are totally opposite ends of the spectrum.
See Chris and sculpt her, like trace her outline.
Okay.
And like, you know, and even your picture against stab her in the eye, you can start to feel that. Okay. And you feel your hands drawn to that. I think that'll be a really fun way to play. And I like the strong voice. I think that's fun.
He's super collaborative with us.
That's the thing about David. He first wants to see our instincts. I'll be like, David, I don't know what I'm doing. He'll be like, I just want to see your instincts. And then it turns out great.
Part of my job is just being able to create an environment where I'm letting the actors do what they do so well.
It's really fun just because it makes set just feel so much more fun and open, which is so important to have the best performance that you can.
When I'm editing, there's going to be a question here while a prayer there. There's going to be a statement there while there's a prayer. So they'll all be overlapping in a way. A lot of it will be. So I want to make sure we have those options. And so I'm trying to keep it, you know, so I can have some isolated things to cut to. I think it's going to be great. We'll condense time and like you see in those cuts. It's just there can be moments of pause and stillness and quiet and singular isolated lines, and then there's moments where everything is kind of congested and overwhelming. We did a lot of rehearsal, blocked out the space, tape on the floor, let's audition this idea, let's audition that idea. And then on the day, we throw all the rules out the door, we have our ambitions and our game plan, and then we immediately just let it become this organic, growing, creative stage. All this feels great to me. The spontaneity is key. Now, the fireball spits from the fireplace.
I feel very, very close to this cast. From what we've gone through and what we're doing together, they're just an extraordinary group of actors.
I could not ask for a better cast. And when we're in the chair and there's this circle of people around us, it just feels like this big circle of love. Yeah. And it's awesome, honestly.
David's really good at giving you something that's familiar, but with a spin and with a twist, that it feels new.
The legacy of this franchise was captivating for generation after generation, and I can only hope that this movie captures those curiosities, that it can kind of feed those appetites.